Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to GregTech. As you can see behind me, I have finished filling in the walls of the, the workshop main structure of the factory. I've made it look as though the upper story is slightly larger than the bottom story. That's actually completely on purpose. Basically, like whenever you have like a tall building or something, the top stories always look tall for some reason. Besides, when you're standing next to it and looking up, they look the same size, so it's an optical illusion. You can kind of see the blast furnaces there in the background just poking through the chimney, but overall it looks pretty great. I like it. So, let us get back in there and continue with the moving in. Because that is what we're doing, we're moving in. It's moving day. So I still haven't made an official gate or anything into this place, so I just have this little entrance here. And then we can walk around the entire factory because I only have one door. And it's on the very far edge of where the gate is, so that's fantastic. So, anyway, just to quickly give a tour, I filled in the walls here, kind of redid this door, just to make it a bit more welcoming. Kind of looks like an upvote on Reddit now, which is good. I have fired up the blast furnaces, just to get started on that. I've used a lot of steel lately, and I need to regain some of it. I've also hidden them away, built them into the wall. I still don't know about this glass. I kinda like it, and then yeah, so I'm probably gonna keep it. We still have the CSUs here. I've built a little plateau here in front of the implosion compressor, and I needed some stuff cooked to finish in the wall, so I've moved my furnaces in here where there was actually power. There's not a lot of power. Like every single time this one receives a packet, they send it out, and one of these eats it, and they will then use it. So. But yeah, solar panels slowly working to build up the power on these things. And I think that's about it. I still haven't put in a ceiling up here, so we can't actually put machines on this floor as of yet. So that's an issue. I still haven't quite decided what to do with the ceiling. Traff did a number on this one, with a bunch of cross beams and such. I was thinking of filling in the gaps with some half slabs as we have in the other house, and then just keeping the cross beams as, cross beams. So we would have an effect sort of like this. But we'll see. Something will definitely happen there. So, eat a bit of tin can here, and then let us see, what exactly am I doing now? I am moving in. So, I think the next thing we want to move is the blast furnace out here. I've drained the CSU here completely into my lab pack, or lithium backpack here. So as you can see, I've nearly got a full charge. This one's empty, which means that we can wrench it up. And I've actually decided to just wrench up all of these machines before I even try to remove any cables now, because it's just asking for trouble. So this one, yoink, got that blast furnace. And let me just quickly toss some stuff in my backpack here. Put some of this in there, and I think, yeah. Alright, so this one, the blast furnace here, we have to remember, can I wrench these? Nope, I have to break them. There is lava on the inside here, so I need my 2 buckets here ready to pick it up. And then I kind of feel like we need to, be a bit careful with it. Get the machine casings here, make sure we have inventory space for it. And if we break this one, we're gonna have lava pouring over us, so let's not do that. Instead, let us break this one, and then squish ourselves into this corner. Hopefully, we pick it up. Yes, we did. Excellent. Alright, the trouble is over now. So we can carry the casings, we can... Let me just quickly put those down here rather than the lava, so I don't accidentally right-click on anything. And then we basically have to reassemble this. I don't think we need to, there's much reason to upgrade it right now, because we don't have the reinforced casings to do so. So let's just pick it all up and move in. Now, we don't have any power at all in there. We don't, we need to set up like a dedicated area for power generation. The solar panels, of course, they're a completely different thing. So I'm thinking maybe have the solar panels up there, run this wire down into the basement somehow. If we could hide it, that would be fantastic. And then in the basement section underneath here, we'd then have the power plant. So, dig this out a bit and then put in a bunch of tanks for various fuels and such that we can use some of the big Railcraft tanks. I think they're pretty good for stuff that we need to store in large amounts. And then basically just set one up for oil, one for biofuel, one for fuel, one for, you know, all the different stuff. And then have the various generators connected to them, and then have the power storage unit in the middle somewhere. But, blast furnace. So the blast furnace, I've decided, has to go right here. So it's basically just a matter of, you know, rebuilding what we had. So get this one done, put first bucket of lava in. Next layer up, put the other bucket of lava in. And then cover it all up before anyone falls in. There we go. And put the, not the metal former, the blast furnace right there. And it should light up green, and we can put a cable to it. Now, because we did a block update here, the lamp turns off, but let's just turn that back on, and bam, we have a blast furnace all ready to work, with totally not enough power to use it, but whatever. We have the blast furnace. Now, once we actually do upgrade this, you know, we're gonna have to be a bit careful about it again, because it contains lava. That's the only reason we have this heat capacity. If we didn't have lava in there, it would be lower, I think about 250 lower. So we really couldn't do much with it, so yeah. But yeah, overall, blast furnace room here, sort of finished. We still have a lot of space over here, for, you know, for various metal processing thing. I think it would make a lot of sense to have some sort of metal processing in here, like the rolling machine and such. Because, you know, most of the time we use steel with it. And then over here we are to have the grinder, which we cannot make just yet. Because I still haven't made enough TNT to actually make a second... Actually, do I have enough TNT to make just to use a coal chunk, maybe? That is the question, that is the question. How much do I have? I have 6 pieces of TNT, which with enough flint dust will make... Or with enough flint directly, maybe we could do it with the old-fashioned recipe. Because the industrial TNT recipe up here uses 4 pieces at a time, and I think it uses 4, or it might use 3. Actually, I think it uses 3, so let's see, how much flint dust do I have? Just quickly checking. I don't think I have enough power up here, so I'm gonna have to move the machine anyway, but I have a total of 4 flint dust. That's not enough to do anything. 5 flint dust. Not enough to do anything. So we have all of these machines that are now completely disconnected. There's no more power at all in here. I think this one's empty as well. Yeah. So we got processing, and we have generation up there. Now, processing. We have the wire mill. We have the lathe. That's processing. The compressor, the extractor, alloy smelter, all of these are also processing. But I need some inventory space, so let me just quickly clear some space here. Sticks go in there. Hoppers are useful, so I'm gonna keep those on me. These things go in there. Torches can stack up in one spot. Can I sort this? Nope. My spares or shears, I don't need them right now. The axe I don't need right now. I actually don't need this pickaxe right now. I'll still keep the fortune on me because, well, you never know when you need the fortune. And that did clear up some space at least. So let's pick up the rest of the processing machines. We have a macerator, which should probably go into, I don't know, the grinding chamber. Eventually, I think we're gonna end up having like several of these machines just you know, scattered over the place where we need them. What do we do? Let's go have a look over here actually and see. Like it's a bit handicapping for me to not have the machines operational at all. So I kinda just wanna, you know, stuff them in here, put a low voltage transformer somewhere and just hook them up. Like it could be pretty good to have a low voltage transformer and a bat box here. Just to have the all the like the metal former and the lathe and such set up here. So I think I'm actually gonna do that. So metal former. I'm just gonna be a bit careful here first of all, because, well, we don't want anything to blow up. Lathe, wire mill, and plate bending machine, which I did not pick up. So let's break this one. And I don't think we can jump out of this hole now. Nope. So let's break this one as well and replace it as we go down. Now we need a low voltage transformer. I believe the recipe for that is we need a copper coil. Now that means we need... Oh, I am so lucky I had those 8 left over. I knew at one point I would need to make another copper coil. It was just a matter of time, so yeah, coil. And planks. And tin cable, which I have on me. So I think this is the recipe that they changed it to. Yes, it is. Excellent. I remember. I remember when I lost my mind. Also, I believe somewhere I actually have a spare bat box, because I made one for the set of machine. I was to use for the automatic weed processing, but yeah. So I'm gonna keep that there. I'm just gonna make a new one. We need more tin atom casings to do that, so I can't actually do that. All right, we'll remake it. I'll borrow this one for a moment. And then we need to pick up the plate bending machine. There we are. Excellent. So now, if I could figure out how to get the sprint button to work, we can get back in here. Get over here, put down the plate bending machine, put down the transformer and the bat box. I think we're just going to put the bat box now and then go downstairs and put the transformer. Bat box, tin cables, and if we put the transformer from downstairs, it should automatically face the right direction without blowing anything up. I'm saying should here, but I'm fairly certain that I'm correct. So if we click right there, we get the mini phase thing, and we can say step down, and it should start putting power in the bat box. But of course the bat box automatically puts it on, or passes it along to the other machines here, because they are on the whole automatic, or they have their internal storage to fill up, so that'll happen there. So yeah, we got the beginnings of, you know, a processing workshop here. We could do a similar trick over here with the other set of machines and just have them on this wall. I'm also just a bit tempted to actually move this one block over so it would be over here, so we had one more space for a machine. But yeah, no matter. We can always do that at a later time. Right now we need to get some actual power going in here, and that means making a power plant. So a power plant, the basics of it is just you know, somewhere where all the power is being generated. And as far as I know, the power plants, like, I want it to be sort of automatic. I want it to be very convenient to use, but I also want to be able to monitor how much power I have, and that means that the MFE or whatever big storage unit I have needs to be accessible from the main part of the building, like without having to go into an obscure chamber to see how much power I actually have in surplus. I consider, like, all the stuff that's in these machines, the local ones spread all over the place, that's not surplus. That's the, you know, the actual needed power. That's not surplus. But since this one is only low voltage right now, we can, for now, hook up this generator and just, you know, pump some energy in there from cold coke. And that should make spread some power around to all of these. At a slow pace, granted, slow pace, but it should do the trick. Eventually, these will fill up, provided that they're all connected. Which I think they are. They should be. But yeah, it goes slowly because it's a tiny amount of power being spread over a large area. Alright, so let's see. We got the big machines in. We have the most necessary processing machines set up, and we have the sun rising, so the solar panels will start working again. That's good. It's good. Now we really do need a roof up on the second story so we can actually, you know, for realsies, start using that. So what I'm thinking is that we will take some of all this stuff that we have here. I have a bunch of normal stone slabs here. I think they would be pretty decent for the roof. We can always, you know, exchange later other stuff. And then I was hoping I had more cooked quarry stone, but I guess we can just put these into the furnaces. And actually, hold on, we don't really have... Those furnaces don't have power, so let's use these. Toss it in there, get some coal coke. Do it the old-fashioned way. Toss that back up there. See, I should have some in my builder's backpack so we can get started. Yes, I have a bit. I also have a bit more of these. So what I was thinking is that we would basically replicate the pattern from down here, where we have... I'm still not sure about this Traff, honestly. Like the way you did this, because it totally doesn't align up with anything else that we've done. I guess he'd kind of aligned it with the staircase, but then again, not really. You know what? I'm gonna redo this because this kind of bothers me that it doesn't line up with anything that we have down here. Then also give the other stuff time to, you know, cook up. See, this one's part of it as well. So yeah, this will take a while. I'll just quickly skip past this for you guys. And there we have it. That should be all the beams taken out. Now, the staircase is, like this entrance here doesn't align at all with the staircase, like it's, or with the rest of it. So these corner pillars are really the central, and I guess that's what Traff tried to line it up with. But, basically the staircase is, it's not centered first of all, which I don't mind at all. I like it being off to the side, that means I have more usable space. But it is kind of big. And... yeah, I don't know, is it uneven as well? Or did Traff actually manage to make it even? See, because over here it goes all the way out to the side where the glass is, whereas over here it stays within. So, I'm not... Traff. This should probably be, that should probably have been... yeah, I might have to redo this as well. Sorry, Traff. But in any case, I do like the whole idea of this roof up here being a bit supported. So let us just, you know, align this with the columns that we actually do have. I know it's going to look a bit strange because we're going to have some big squares and some smaller squares, but again, that's all part of it. I think I prefer this because it kind of gives the room, you know, some... it splits the room up a bit in a different way. Also, why is that slab needs to not be there? And the same goes right there. Can I reach this? There we go. For some reason I just hate the having like items just float around. This also means that it totally doesn't align with anything in the staircase, but we don't have to worry about that on that side. Over here we need to put a block there, and then we need to carry it on from here on out. And there we go. Finally, there and there. Excellent. Now that's a bit cleaner, and I think we can easily replicate that upstairs. We should have the stuff cooked now. Just quickly run over here. You can also see I moved the road over to fit in the pen. I didn't mention that, and it's not really a big deal or anything. I just thought, hey, I haven't mentioned that. I probably should. So let's get upstairs and, you know, start putting in the roof there. I told you in the time lapse that you would get to watch me do this in real time, and it's almost real time. Like I am skipping past certain parts of it, but you can, again, you're included in this process. Be that for good or evil, I don't know, but you are definitely included. I really wish I could get up there. Can we just, you know, node pole up there. Fail instantly. This will make it a lot easier. So yeah, I'm gonna do the network here, and then we're gonna fill in the corners. So yeah, I'm gonna skip past just a bit of this, you know, to save a bit of time and make sure that I can put more content into the episode. So see you in a bit. And there we have the network. Like again, we have a big square here which sort of looks unsupported, but then again, if you really want to look at it from an engineer's perspective, it's not unsupported because there's the walls are load bearing. Besides, like I'm assuming that we have stuff like reinforced concrete here because otherwise this building would never ever stand without some pillars in the middle. It's way too heavy to support its own weight on just these arms. But whatever. Let's just assume that it can support itself. So right now I'm just filling in the roof here so you know we can have some protection from the rain on the inside. GregTech machines really don't like rain, which is kind of strange considering that you can put drains and such on them which collect rainwater, but I guess you're really supposed to put those on pipes and such that run on the outside. So if you have like a big water pipe going on along the outside, you might as well just cover it in drains, you know. You can also very easily just have a pipe running underneath an ocean and just, you know, with drains on it, and it'll provide quite a bit of power, or quite a bit of water, I could imagine, rather. Oops. Now, do I have enough of these? No, I most definitely do not. But I do think we have some extra stone somewhere, so that should not be a problem. I'll just finish this, grab a bit of extra stone somewhere, and then we will, you know, do something fun for the last couple of minutes. And there we have it, completed roof. I still have some temporary blocks on the inside I need to remove because I used them to get up here, but ow. For now we at least have a, you know, a ceiling on the upper floor, which quite brilliant. It allows us, you know, to place stuff up here and actually use this for good and production and such. So now we can really think about doing the whole power thing. And as I've mentioned already, what I really want to do, I'm just gonna, you know, illustrate this. Down here somewhere, maybe over in this corner, we will dedicate this to power generation. So we'll have all the different generators, each of them hooked up with pipes to a specific, or to a tank which contains their respective fuel, provided that they have some. Like I know for a fact that a lot of the GregTech ones, they rely very much on the cells, and thus having a chest with cells in is probably a better idea. But the remaining, like some of them with the, like the semi-fluid generator and such, could have a pipe with the creosote, or a tank with creosote. The diesel generator could have a, you know, a pipe leading to a fuel tank, or a Buildcraft fuel tank, and to a biofuel tank from Forestry. Like we could make all of these different fuels and use. I also need to sort out a proper lighting system in here because these torches kind of bug me. Putting lights in the ceiling is really not worth it because, well, for spawning in Minecraft, only the light level on the block directly above the floor counts. So having the light in the floor is by far the best way. I do have the forged macro blocks in here, which allowed me to like make smaller blocks of glowstone which could be used instead of torches, but I kind of feel like that's sort of cheating, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, we're gonna have a central power supply station somewhere with the MFE like positions on this floor somewhere where we can reach it, and then just have, you know, high power cables feeding into it from below, where each of the different generators are hooked up. And then basically we can go over here, right click and see, do we have power? Yes we do. We can do big stuff with it. Or if we don't have power, we can go down and turn on some generators. Potentially, if we end up having like a large constant source of power needed, we could, like if we're refining a lot of ores or whatnot, we could actually have a system where we have a daylight sensor up here on the roof next to the solar panels. And if the daylight sensor suddenly senses that it's no longer daylight and the solar panels will then be off, we could have it automatically turn on a redstone engine that pumps stuff into a generator. So Like whenever the solar panels here would be off, we would have automatic. Just quickly get rid of that. We would have automatic backup generators kick in. I think that would be pretty cool actually to have. Eventually we could also, I don't know, would maybe extend upon the chimneys here, the smokestacks. Use those to sort of support some windmills or something up high, or just build a separate tower for them. But I would like to have some windmills somewhere at one point. Like if we lived on a mountain, it would be a no-brainer to have a ton of windmills because, well, while rain could potentially make them blow up, the amount of power they would give was just immense because of the sheer altitude they would be mounted at. Whereas down here by water, there really isn't a lot of wind. So, yeah, that's that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it for here. We've moved in some more stuff. We've hooked up, you know, our most essential machines here. They have a power supply, so we can actually use them. We have the blast furnace in here suddenly. We have the other blast furnaces functioning perfectly. And we're starting to actually, you know, be able to do our stuff in here. So that's a great way to end this episode, I think. So until next time, I'm Jared, this has been GregTech, moving into our new structure, and that will most likely continue in the next episode. Bye!